Hi, I'm Michelle from Pure Electric. Today I have the Bergamont E-Cargoville LJ70 to tell you about. In this video, I'll be taking it for a ride, giving you my first impressions, and sharing with you all the technical details. This is just the start of things for electric cargo bikes here, so if you'd like to see more content like this, be sure to like, subscribe, and click that bell icon so you get notified when we upload a new video. As we move towards healthier and more environmentally friendly ways to get around, expect to see a lot more e-cargo bikes. They are the workhorses, the SUVs of e-bikes. They can be used by businesses for carrying equipment, and families can use them to transport kids or the weekly grocery shop. The Bergamont E-Cargoville LJ70 is a two-wheel e-cargo bike, which makes it more agile, meaning maneuvering around corners is easier as it's less tippier at higher speeds than the three-wheel counterparts. But more about how it rides shortly. You'll notice the front wheel is smaller than the rear. It's 20 inches compared to the 26-inch rear one. This creates more space for the cargo and lowers the center of gravity, a good thing for handling when you're riding with a lot of weight. It has hydraulic disc brakes, Magirra CM E5 cargo-specific brakes, with 180mm rotors. This gives plenty of confidence in the bike's ability to stop. And when you're carrying heavy loads or precious cargo, that's pretty important. The motor is a mid-drive Bosch cargo line unit made specifically for cargo e-bikes. It provides up to 400% pedal assist, depending on which of the 4 riding modes you choose. And there's also a walk assist mode, just in case you need to push this bike that last few meters. The Eco mode helps to save the battery while giving you a 60% boost, while Turbo mode is the most powerful with that 400% boost. What that means is that in Turbo mode, you pedal with 100 watts of effort, the motor can deliver an additional 400 watts. That's like having the powerful legs of a pro cyclist. While riding this e-bike, I found Tour mode, which gives a boost of 140%, a good balance of battery range and power. Then, when in hillier areas, I use Sport or Turbo for some extra oomph. Interestingly, this E-Cargoville has a stepless gear system using the continuously variable and Violo internal gear hub. Now that sounds quite complicated, but really the system makes shifting incredibly seamless and smooth. Rather than choosing a gear as you might on a traditional bike, you simply twist the Envilo controller, adjust the pedaling tension to find your perfect cadence. Thanks to the enclosed hub, the system is virtually maintenance-free. All you have to do is keep the chain clean. And no external derailleur means there's less to go wrong should the bike tip over or get banged against something. It's claimed that the Envilo system is great for shifting while pedaling hard. But as with most shifting systems around, I found this to be difficult at times. However, a quick pause in pedaling so that I could make adjustments was easy enough to get the hang of. The E-Cargoville LJ70 comes with an integrated 625 watt-hour Bosch PowerTube lithium-ion battery. It's located here in the distinctive steering column and requires removing the cover and a key. This setup keeps it safe and securely in place, making it harder to steal. The range of this battery, as with all e-bike batteries, will depend on a number of things, such as riding conditions and how much weight the bike is carrying. The battery is a large capacity one and gives plenty of range, but should you need more, there is the option to add a second one. You can charge the battery while it's installed on the e-bike using the conveniently located charging port. Or you can remove the battery if you prefer. With the standard Bosch charger, it takes just over 4 hours to get up to a 50% charge and just under 10 hours to charge it to full. Now let's talk about what you can carry with this e-bike. The platform has a 70 by 45 centimeter loading area and uses solid bamboo for the platform bed. It's an environmentally friendly wood that's strong yet lightweight. The platform can handle loads of up to 90 kilograms, and Bergamont have placed rubberized strips on the platform to help stabilize your cargo. With the open flatbed, this cargo e-bike gives the ability to carry awkward-shaped items more easily. You can use the platform on its own, load it up with boxes or crates, or you can add one of the box accessories available. There's one with seating for 2 children and one without. So this e-bike can be configured in a few different ways depending on how you want to use it. From a safety perspective, there's no doubt this is a sturdy e-bike. The frame is made using high-quality, strong 6061 alloy tubing. As previously mentioned, it has cargo-specific hydraulic brakes for powerful stopping. It also has a 70 lux Bush and Muller front LED light to light your way at night, and a rear light integrated into the mudguard to make sure that you're visible in darker conditions. Now onto the display. I was really surprised by how fully featured the display is. It uses the Bosch kiosk display, and if you like numbers, you're going to love it. There's all sorts of information from how fast you're going, your average speed, cadence, distance traveled, and, very importantly, the estimated range left in the battery. If you have a heart rate monitor, you can even hook that up too. The screen I used the most was the one that shows what mode you're in, how fast you're going, and gives a graph to show how much power you're putting out and how much the motor is assisting. And if you connect the display app with the Bosch eBike Connect app via Bluetooth, you can save all that trip data. The Bosch app also gives you the ability to route plan via the app on your phone, and then beam the directions to the display. This is great if you find yourself a bit lost, like I did when I got carried away testing this e-bike. The navigation display uses a very basic map with no street names, so perhaps not the best option for those navigating urban areas without having planned ahead. As this is an e-cargo bike, you'll likely be loading it up with things. So it's important that an e-cargo bike can stand on its own. And the kickstand is a super sturdy double-leg stand. I found the location of it a bit awkward, but once you use it a few times, you'll get the knack. When loaded up, it was more difficult to put it on the stand, but getting it off was fine once I learned to use the weight of the bike to help. However, if your foot slips while attempting to use the stand, it makes a terrible racket. So I modified it with a little bit of padding to prevent giving people heart attacks when I'm my usual klutzy self. This e-cargo bike only comes in one size. This is smart from a business perspective, but is it really comfortable for all? They say the bike can be ridden comfortably by riders from 160 to 190 centimeters. I'm 168 centimeters, so I fall within the range. After adjusting the saddle and handlebars, I was able to find a comfortable riding position. But I hope to see more than one size available one day as more people use e-cargo bikes, meaning that more people of different sizes can comfortably ride them. Bergamont make a lot of claims about the ride quality, and I was keen to put them to the test. The first thing I noticed about it was how sturdy and heavy it is. With its hefty battery and ability to support a heavy load, it weighs in at 44.2 kilograms. But this isn't a problem with the electric assist, which kicks in no hesitation on the first push-off. And you can gear down from a standstill, making it simple to be sure that initial push-off is as easy as possible. The claim that the steering is smooth and similar to riding a regular bike, I'd say this is true, which surprised me. Despite its length, getting to grips with the steering only took a little while and a couple of turns. It's most stable and easy to ride, as with all bikes, once you're up to speed. I was competent at handling it very quickly, faster than expected. For reversing though, you'll want to practice your 3-point turns. This is a long e-bike. And as for safe, fast, flexible, and agile, it's definitely all of those things. I was surprised what a fun e-bike this is to ride. The claim of perfect ergonomics is close. It's almost perfect for me. The position was upright, good for navigating traffic, handlebar grips were comfortable, but the angle of the buttons on the controller put my wrist at a bit of a funny angle. All the buttons were easily reachable and intuitively laid out. After getting used to how this e-bike handled without cargo, I went on a second ride with it loaded up. The weight of the cargo I had was approximately 60 kilograms, so about 30 kilograms short of what it can handle. but enough for me in the midst of a heat wave. For securing cargo, if you don't use one of the optional box accessories, I'd recommend using straps, as there were very limited options for me to secure my bungee cords. I had to really trust the assist to kick in to handle the weight of the bike and cargo, which totaled over 100 kilograms. Definitely not something I would want to cycle around with without assist. And it did this no problem. When I hit the first hill, there was more than enough range of gears to keep my pedaling light. And as mentioned previously, in turbo mode, the e-bike had power to get me up the hill no problem. Now you're not going to fly up those hills, but you will be faster than some. The one thing about the Bergamont LJ70 that they don't mention on their website is what a conversation starter it is. As you guys know, I love talking about e-bikes, and I had a great time chatting to people while I was out and about with it. Riding an e-cargo bike is not only the most environmentally friendly, it's also often the fastest mode of transportation in a city, and this one is also a fun ride. I feel as though Bergamont had put the rider at the center of the design, rather than totally focusing on the cargo aspect. And in doing so, they have created an e-cargo bike that is practical and one that you'll want to ride. If you're as interested in e-cargo bikes as I am, be sure to check out our video on the Turned GSD. But before you go, be sure to like, subscribe, and click that bell icon so you get notified when we upload a new video. Thanks for watching. Goodbye!